United Kingdom lawmakers back a measure to allow terminally ill adults to choose to end their lives. The historic vote takes assisted suicide a step closer to becoming law.
The ayes to the right, 314. The noes to the left, 291.
The House of Commons approved the measure by only 23 votes. It now heads to the House of Lords. Those members can amend or delay the measure, but cannot overrule it. The bill allows terminally ill adults in England and Wales over the age of 18 who have less than 6 months to live to apply for an assisted death. And according to analysis from Dr. Philip Murray of Cambridge University, members of the Labour Party voted 55% in favor of the assisted suicide measure. Conservatives were 75% against it, and lawmakers from the Green Party, well, they voted 100% in favor. For more on the issue, we turn to Philip Murray, affiliated lecturer, faculty of law at the University of Cambridge. Dr. Murray, thank you so much for being with us. Now, we have to ask you, were you surprised with the result?
I wasn't surprised that ultimately it went through. I was pleasantly surprised by how close the result was. I mean, this went through on the slimmest of margins, which showed that really members of Parliament don't have a clear consensus on this issue.
Yeah, it was passed what is known as the third reading. Tell us why that is important.
Bills, when they come into Parliament, have to be voted on at 3 different stages. And at each opportunity, members of Parliament have a chance to think again carefully about whether they agree with this law and then to express their views. And what we've seen as this bill has come through the House of Commons is that the majority for the bill has got smaller and smaller. So it passed today with only 23 votes from those in favour. It was very, very close.
And earlier today, before the vote, you actually wrote on social media platform X, please MPs vote no to this. This is not a safe bill. Tell us why you said that.
Well, that's not ultimately my opinion. It's the opinion of those professional organisations who represent doctors and psychiatrists and all those who will be responsible for trying to make this law work when it comes into practice, if it does come into practice. So the Royal College of Psychiatrists, the Royal College of Physicians, the Royal College of Pathologists, the former chief coroner, the person responsible for investigating deaths in England and Wales, all of those and other groups have said that this bill is not safe, that the safeguards in the bill are inadequate.
As we mentioned, the measure now heads to the House of Lords. What are your expectations there?
Well, the House of Lords tends to be very respectful of bills passed by the House of Commons because the House of Lords is not like the Senate in the United States, an elected chamber. It's appointed, and the House of Commons carries a democratic mandate. At the same time, it is not unusual for the House of Lords to push back at bills that it thinks are unwise. It might require, for example, a series of amendments to be made to this law. And if the House of Lords doesn't think ultimately this bill is safe, it's perfectly within our Constitution for the House of Lords to refuse to enact this into law, to pass it back in effect to the House of Commons and say they don't want this bill to become law.
Well, Dr. Philip Murray, affiliated lecturer, faculty of law at the University of Cambridge, thank you so much for your insight.
You're welcome.